Hello. I was reading some quotes that I had saved, and there was one in particular that I found really interesting, and it was about the Eiffel Tower. And so I looked for some other facts about the Eiffel Tower that I thought I could share with you. So it took 2 years, 2 months, and 5 days to build the Eiffel Tower, and it was inaugurated in 1889 for the World's Fair. But what you probably didn't know is that the plan was to destroy it after 20 years. It was only going to be up for 20 years and then they were going to take it down. And in fact, the people that were there in Paris and an eyesore, and they didn't like it anymore. Didn't like it there, thought it was useless and monstrous. That's what it said. And they even started a petition for the tower to be dismounted, which is funny because it's such an icon now for all the world, and that they didn't even want it there. But what happened is Gustav Eiffel, who was the one who did not invent it, but he was the engineer. Let me see what my notes said. Yeah, he was he helped create it, but he didn't invent it. Somebody else invented it. Anyway, he didn't want it to be destroyed, so he gave the tower a new purpose and turned it into a huge radio antenna. Let's see, one of the neat things I saw was that the German occupation in Paris, when Hitler came to visit the cables of the tower, so that he had to walk the stairs if he wanted to go up, and he didn't walk the stairs. There are 1,665 steps, and most people in Paris have never been to the top. It's one of those things, it's like you have it here all the time, and it is one of the most visited monuments in the world, with 7 million visitors per year. That's a lot. One of the neat things, the tower has to be repainted every 7 years, and they have to do it by hand. They didn't say why. Well, I mean, it's pretty intricate. I'm not sure how you could do it without doing it by hand, actually. But it takes 60 tons of paint, and it takes 18 months to be completed. Let's see, what else? I think that's close to the things. Oh, Angie, you've been there? Cool. You've been to lots of neat places. Either. That'd be a horrible job. So they said that the Eiffel Tower grows in the summer. So, and it shrinks in the winter. So during the warmer days, thermal expansion causes the metal to grow. And due to the heat absorption, the tower can grow almost 7 inches. And during the winter, the opposite happens. The thermal contraction happens. So this is the quote that I actually wanted to share to start with, is this next part. So you would think that something like the wind actively pushing against a structure would have more of an effect than a passive influence like the sunlight. But the Eiffel Tower was built to be very wind resistant. They said that it does sway a little bit. Oh, lost my notes. It does sway a little bit, but it really moves when the sunlight hits it. So the metal in the tower expands when it heats up, and it causes the warm side of the tower to lean back away from the sun. And the leaning's not drastic, the 7 inches, but it's still farther than the tower moves when a strong storm blows in. So I was thinking about how that makes, what kind of influence are you having on people? Are you being sunlight? Are you being a positive influence on people, or are you being a negative influence on people? Are you causing storms to be around people and causing them to shrink back, or are you helping them and encouraging them to grow in their life and their everyday life? So I have 5 tips on how to encourage others to grow And if you would like those, shoot me a message and I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks.